All right, this is going to be a long one. I'm going to try to do it in one take, okay? So stick with me. Here's the thing. Is earlier this year, I ran into a guy I used to work for when I was like 16. My dad worked for him at the time. And it was like a small, little kind of landscaping handyman, kind of do it all kind of guy, right? It was maybe my dad and like 3 other employees. So I start working with this guy. My dad gets me in with him, and I'm making extra money at like 16. But this dude, I mean, simplest way to put it is dude's an asshole. Like, he's a major dick, okay? And I'm not talking shit. I'm just speaking facts. Now, this dude, he had a small business, and he was working for some of the apartment complexes and some of the condos, like, HOAs, all that kind of stuff in the area. So, I'm working for him, and he's mean. Like, he's just mean, downright mean. He says messed up stuff, like, he treats you like shit, He has that wielding I'm the boss power that gets to people's heads, right? I don't need you, I don't need this, I don't need them, that kind of energy, right? So earlier this year I ran into that guy, and I was getting some work on my truck done, and I ran into him because he was there getting work on his truck, and we sat there and we talked for a little bit. And I mean, he seemed pretty upset, and he was visibly like stressed, and we sat there and we talked, and he was telling us that I'm sorry I treated you guys the way I did. I know I was wrong. I know, I shouldn't treat people like that. I should treat people better, like all these things. And I can say it from the heart that I've forgiven this guy, right? I've forgiven him, and I've moved past it. But I think this is a valuable lesson, not only to me, but to everybody who's watching, right? We sat there, we talk, we make up, whatever the case may be, And he's like, yeah, I don't have any work. I can't get any work. I can't pay my bills. Like, I'm struggling out here. And throughout the conversation, we had spoke business, and he was like, well, let me come work for you. Let me come work for you guys. And, in the back of my head, I'm like, I may have forgiven you, but at the end of the day, that's a terrible idea, right? So I was like, you can't, where I'm at and what I'm doing is just, it's not the right time, right? Okay. We're comfortable. Everything's going smooth. So we leave it at that, and he calls me maybe a month later, right? Now, during our initial conversation, I was like, yeah, man, let's work together. Let's work together. Let's work as a team. You know what I mean? Let's knock out some work. So he calls us, and, I answer the phone, and he was like, hey, I'm calling you because, I got this project and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, awesome, let's do it, Like, we're going to go in and do our thing. You do your thing, and let's make this money. Let's get this check, right? No. So he turns to texting me right after the phone call and going, well, I'm going to pay all of you, me included. I'm going to pay all of you $20 an hour. You're going to come do this job at this time. This is the day I need you here. And starts just barking orders through text. And I'm just like, dude, like, if I wanted a boss, I'd get one. If I wanted a boss, I'd not be a business owner. You know what I mean? So I told him, I was like, well, that's not how that's going to work. We got to take care of this. We got to put contracts through. You're going to pay the going rate for my crew. You know what I mean? You're going to pay what we charge if you want to work with us, Oh, no, that's ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. Like we know each other, so just come work for me. Why am I going to come work for you again? That went so well the first time. Why am I going to come work for you again? Right? I mean, this dude has multiple people. And this was back then. This dude had multiple people trying to beat his ass because of how he treated them. Some people, I think, didn't even get paid or something like that. So why would I come work for you again when I started a business? That makes no sense, right? So, we end up bad again. We end up, we started off on the wrong foot, however you say it, we're bad again. Okay? And I was like, all right, fuck it. I tried, we tried it didn't work, whatever. Guys, I ran into him again like 3 days ago. And that's why I'm making this video, because it's been, kind of just stewing up here. I ran into him like 3 days ago, and I'm eating breakfast, I'm sitting in my truck, and he goes like, they start talking, him and my dad start talking. And he goes, well, yeah, I tried to talk to you guys, and I tried to work for you guys, but, that didn't work, and this, and start saying all this stuff. So I just mind my business, keep my mouth shut, keep eating, right? because I know that's not how it went. But it's crazy to think that this dude still wants to be my boss and still wants to be an asshole about things, right? So the point of the video is, guys, like, we just have to be humble, because what goes around comes around. That's wholeheartedly the truth. Karma is real, right? So this dude had a house. I don't know if he still does, right? Had a house, had a truck, had a family, had a business. He had everything, right? Treated all of us like shit. He thought he was better than us. He thought he deserved more than us. He treated us all like shit, right? Okay, I do my best to treat my team with respect, and I do my best to treat my team with loving compassion, because that's what we all need as humans, right? My clients the same way. My customers, I try to treat everybody the best I can. I try to make everyone happy. I try to make everyone feel like they're hiring the best people, but I also try to make my team feel like they're working for the best and they're working with the best, that they're appreciated, their time and everything doesn't go unnoticed, okay? Now, you can't make everybody happy. That goes for the customer, and that goes for employees or workers, subcontractors. You can't make everybody happy, right? There's no universal code to happiness, okay? But the tables have turned, and this dude, he had it all. I guess he must have lost it all, and now he wants to come work for us, right? But then he still wants to still be an asshole and have the old habits of doing unethical business, right? Business is ugly. It's cutthroat. Like, you got to be strong to survive. You got to be strong to survive in the business, but you also got to be cutthroat sometimes. That's just how it is. That's why they say never to go into business with family and friends, because it gets ugly. People get hurt. Feelings get hurt. You know what I mean? You fall out with family and you fall out with friends over business, right? But the tables have turned that this guy wants to come work with us and still wants to be an asshole. How is that going to work? You have to humble yourself. You have to be humbled. I've been humbled multiple times when my head starts getting too big, right? And that's why I can confidently say that I love treating people with the utmost respect, and I love treating people as family. I love treating people as friends, you know what I mean? If one person enjoys banter, then I'm going to give them banter. If one person enjoys compliments, then I'm going to give them compliments. Whatever makes them feel as a part of the team, and whatever has them, has them in with us, has us tight knit, you know what I mean? We're all one big family. That's what it is. So why am I going to let this dude come in and fuck all that up? Why am I going to let him come in with his attitude and with his actions and just his unethical business practices and come fuck all this up, right? That was my initial thought when he was like, I want to work for you, okay? And then he proves it when he texts me all this stuff that basically that we're going to show up at this time and we're going to show up on this day and this is how we're going to do it and this is, all these things just trying to boss us around. Guys, you have to be humble. You do. You have to learn, you have to overcome, and you have to accept. But at the end of the day, you have to be humble, right? If you have no customers, you're not making money. You're only as strong as your team. If your team is weak, you're weak. Your business is weak, right? You want to be the best. You want to not only be the best owner, you want to be the best business, you want to be the best boss, you want to be able to have all these things under your belt. And none of that comes easy. It's a daily challenge, it's a daily fight, none of that comes easy. But at the end of the day, just don't be an asshole. You know what I mean? Take the opportunities, take the risks, but be humble. Understand where they came from, why they came, what opportunities are given to you. Take your chance, seize your moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that from Coco. Not even gonna lie. I think that's what it says. Seize your moment, something like that. Anyways, that's the point of this video, is to be humble. Everything goes around, everything comes back. Karma's real, karma exists. The law of attraction exists. Everything you attract is because you're putting something out there to attract it, right? You're putting it out there, you're attracting it. Put out positivity, receive positivity. Put out negativity, receive negativity, right? Super easy. People just don't understand, and people just refuse to see it. So please, be humble.